All right, guys, what's going on? Once again, this is the Club of the Man 1993 coming at you for another live review. It's late at night, but I wanted to get out of the way. This is my live review of 205 Live from the July 31st, 2018 edition of 205 Live that, like SmackDown tonight, took place in Tampa, Florida. Overall, this was a good show. Nothing really too spectacular had it. We just had on the show, we had a contract signing. It's a couple matches that were good for what they were. Didn't really, do too much progressive storytelling. But I thought it was just a good show to sit down and watch, enjoy for the wrestling, and it was part of what it was. So let's get right into it. Talk about the show really quickly here, and go from there. We had a recap of what happened last week with the number one contenders fatal four-way. That was, again, it was a good fatal four-way match for the most part. Definitely expected a little bit more from it. I thought, it was a fun fatal four-way for what it was. They focused on Hideo Itami and how he punished Mustafa Ali in the match, which, that mistake did lead to him getting pushed out of the way and Drew Gulak taking Itami's spotlight. But it looks like that we probably will get a feud on 205 Live between Hideo Itami and Mustafa Ali, which I think could be a pretty good feud. I look forward to seeing. We're probably going to get some matches between them down the line. But Drew Gulak won that fatal four-way. And it was announced also that the match for the Cruiserweight Championship between Gulak and Alexander will take place at SummerSlam, which I'm glad it's happening because the Cruiserweight Championship has only been defended this year at it was supposed to be defended at the Royal Rumble, but didn't because Enzo Amore got fired the week before the Royal Rumble. So we had the Cruiserweight Championship tournament finals at WrestleMania on the pre-show, and they also had a match at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Or in that, the only two other Cruiserweight Championship matches we've had since were once past each month with against Buddy Murphy and Hideo Itami on 205 Live. So I am glad that, the Cruiserweight Championship, because, again, the Cruiserweight division, it's gotten better. And what still sours me on the Cruiserweight division a little bit is the fact that it still feels like those guys are limited to just that division. Once people start, expanding out of the division onto, other brands as well, like Cedric Alexander or Hideo Itami or even Mustafa Ali or Buddy Murphy deserve more than just the Cruiserweight division, then I probably wouldn't sour on it as much because, again, these guys deserve more than just the Cruiserweight division. Some of these guys could be like a world champion if wanted to be or whatnot, as I keep saying. But I do think, the Cruiserweight Championship, the Cruiserweight division does deserve some more spotlight time on TV, as I hope this match is not just a pre-show match, but it probably will, you watch. But it definitely does deserve to be on more pay-per-views, I feel, in my honest opinion. So I'm glad we are getting the match between these two, especially, again, I've been really, Cedric Alexander's been a great Cruiserweight champion. And also Drew Gulak, I think, has been built really well ever since Triple H took over. So I definitely think, I wouldn't be surprised if they gave Gulak the championship, because I think he's definitely, Buddy Murphy, all of them have improved well. I think, Drew Gulak would be deserving also being Cruiserweight champion. But let's get into the rest of the show and talk about it. We had the first match of the show we had was Kalisto versus Tony Nese. I guess, again, the Lucha House Party is now feuding with Tony Nese and his training buddy, Buddy Murphy, which, I'm sure Kalisto and Buddy Murphy could put on a good match. Kalisto and Tony Nese, though, was okay for what it was. Wasn't too spectacular. I mean, Kalisto won after the match. We had Buddy Murphy come down and try to attack Kalisto, but then Lince Dorado caved out, and he saved him, and they, took out Buddy Murphy. So, okay, whatever, that was what it was. I mean, I'm fine with Kalisto. I don't hate him, but I feel he's at a point, though, where it's like, he is in a stage where he can afford to suffer a loss here and there, help put somebody over. I mean, that's what he did with Drew Gulak. I feel like if someone like Tony Nese, though, again, is a very underrated talent. He's still one of the cruiserweights I feel, is still being overlooked and deserves his time to shine also. So I was kind of hoping he would get the win here, but that was not the case. And the Salina del Sol that Kalisto hit was all right. Wasn't one of the most impressive ones I've ever seen. It just looked like it wasn't like a completely clean move. It wasn't as good as it used to be. So it is whatever it is, but Absolutely. So, I'm not completely upset Kalisto won, but again, I just want to see Tony Nese get some momentum going as well. I feel like he didn't, thanks to this match. And then we had the contract signing. We had sorry, I was Andrew Drew Gulak about the sign the contract. Gulak starts going with a monologue. Then Cedric cuts him off, telling him to just sign the contract. After they do, Gulak says how Cedric is content to let others soften up his opponents. But he hasn't done anything impressive since winning the title WrestleMania, which, some defense is somewhat true. He's only defended the title 3 times since WrestleMania, which is fine, but he hasn't really been in any other action besides a championship match, which, is somewhat okay when you're a champion, but, you do want to, get out there and get a few matches and not just show up for just championship matches, But Drew Gulak did go as far out of his way to call Cedric Alexander the Brock Lesnar of 205 Live. And of course, he would have a match later on against the Brian Kendrick to prove that he is yet a fighting and impressive champion. We have Lio Rush come out with a microphone and says he's heard people are annoyed he hasn't given Akira Tozawa a rematch. He claims he's a hot commodity. Everyone wants a piece of him. Rush already went out and found a more worthy challenger, and he puts over some bulky, short guy named Ricky Martinez. It pretty much was like, just a squash match to put him over. Rush beats him. Afterwards, Tozawa comes out and pretty much runs down to the ring, but Rush gets out of the way and apparently says that, I guess, Tozawa has gone to Drake Maverick about asking for a rematch, that he consider it. We probably will get a rematch. I'd be okay with it because, I thought, these two put on a pretty good match recently, the way to put over Lio Rush. So I've been really impressed with his work on 205 Live. He's a great heel. So I'm sure we will be seeing that rematch in the next few weeks, I'd say, between Tozawa and Lio Rush. Then we had our main event. It was Cedric Alexander versus the Brian Kendrick. Didn't really expect too much from this match. Really, this is the way to get Cedric some time in the rings. He hasn't really wrestled or in like championship matches, win a championship. So it was nice to see Cedric get some more time in the ring just for that. I do like also they kind of made Brian Kendrick also in this match look like a serious contender in the cruiserweight division. Also, I mean, I didn't say wasn't, but we've seen him being in tag matches involving him, Gallagher, and Gulak. So this is the first time I got to see him as a single star wrestle again. Even before 205 Live started getting better again, the Brian Kendrick felt like he was like that wild card guy, that guy that you could put the championship on whenever you needed like a fresh face with the title. But I do like how this match did make Kendrick seem like he was a threat and a serious contender. And in fact, also it looked like he could have beaten Cedric Alexander as well. Drew Gulak was on commentary, of course. Gallagher was not at ringside though. Alexander did have a nice counter hitting the lumbar check on the Brian Kendrick, who sold it really good for Alexander to get the win. Afterwards, we had Gulak, make his way up to the ring, kind of distract Alexander, and out of the blue, Gallagher headbutted him from behind, and it looked like that Gulak, Kendrick, and Gallagher were going to start a 3-on-1 mugging of Alexander, but then Drake Maverick and security guards ran out there and pretty much, told them, no, we're not doing this, and if you do this, you're going to lose your opportunity, and there will be consequences, which, again, I like because Drake Maverick has shown that he really is playing the role of GM like properly, like making decisions consistent, showing that, hey, we're not going to have chaos on this show. This is a wrestling show about showing about the absolute best in the ring in the cruiserweight division. So we're not going to have this crazy chaos. So I do like how he does, threaten people with their title opportunities. Like even like back when, Buddy Murphy got his title opportunity, he was forced to relinquish it for Greatest Royal Rumble due to the fact that he didn't make weigh-in. And I do like how, like Maverick is seeming to keep things under control and keep this not a corporate show, but more just a wrestling show. So I did like that ending. But that's 205 Live for you guys. I gave it a B. Good show. Nothing really that spectacular, but I thought it was a good show to sit down and watch. What grade would you give 205 Live for this week? Your thoughts down in the comment section below. And as always, be sure to click by like and subscribe for more content. Come to the channel. Follow me on Twitter at TheManAirBonnie3. And I'll see you guys in my next video, which will most likely be my NXT live review tomorrow night. So until then, guys, I am checking out. I will see you all later. Have a good night and peace out, everybody.